Hey YouTube, this is Lady Locks coming at you with yet another video. And the purpose of this video was, I wanted to tell you about what's been going on during my pregnancy. After I found out I was pregnant, when I went to my doctor, she was telling me that I had an incompetent cervix. So, this time when I reached 14 weeks, what she wanted to do was go in and put a stitch in that would help keep my cervix closed. Well, I was working all up until then, but when a week before I had my surgery, she wanted me to stay out of work for 2 weeks actually, a week before the surgery and a week after the surgery. So that, we can see how the cerclage goes. Well, the morning of my cerclage, I had the cerclage placed, July the 12th. I think it was July the 12th. That was Thursday, July the 12th, 2013. I had the cerclage placed. I was so nervous. I came to YouTube and I was typing, looking for anybody who had a cerclage done. And, I found a couple people that had the cerclage done, but I was still afraid to have it done. I think I was very afraid of anesthesia, going under, because that was something new I've never done before. So I had the cerclage placed. It was a Thursday. I went in that morning at 10 o'clock. The surgery was to be at 12 o'clock. So I went in, I got prepped, and they put me in this room, it was a room. It was like a hospital room, and until I was to go to the OR. So I was in there, me, my husband, and my stepson. We were in there, and I was waiting to have the surgery done. So the nurse came in and she gave me an IV. So after she gave me the IV, it was around 11:30. Well, she said my doctor called and said that she was going to be a little late, so it was going to push the surgery back. So by the time they were pushing me to the OR, it was 1:45. Now my nerves are shot. So they took me to the OR, and it was like a room full of people. It was like 7 people in there. So they told me to scoot over onto the bed, and all of a sudden they told me to put my arms down. They strapped my arms, they strapped my belly, they strapped my legs, and all of a sudden I'm like, what is going on? I started really getting nervous. So they put the oxygen mask over me, and they just told me to start breathing. So I just started breathing in it, and I started feeling like my oxygen was cut. And then all of a sudden, I don't remember anymore. When I woke up, I was in recovery, and she told me everything was done. It was fine. So they wheeled me back to my room, and my husband was in there. And he got a little nervous, he told me, because I was in there a little longer than expected. So the nurse came in and she said that we can go ahead and be discharged home. She told me the things that I couldn't do. I couldn't drive that day because of the anesthesia, and they told me that I'd be sore for the next few days. When being sore was an understatement. I had a surgery that Thursday. I went home. I was sore a little bit. The next morning, I could not move on my own. My husband had to literally do everything for me. When I tell you I was so sore, the nurse called me that Friday morning and wanted to know how I was doing. I asked her, are y'all sure y'all didn't drop me on the floor, because I am very sore. When I tell you I was sore, I could not walk. I couldn't get up to go to the bathroom. My husband had to help me up, literally pick me up, and I'm not a little girl, pick me up and take me to the bathroom. This went on for Friday. It went on Saturday. It went on Sunday. Sunday evening was the first day I got some relief, and I was to go to the doctor on Monday, but they called and changed my appointment for my checkup to Wednesday. Monday, I was sore. I wasn't as bad as I was previous days, but when I went to the doctor on that Wednesday, what happened was she told me it was a little harder to get to where the cervix was to stitch it. So they had to put me in a bunch of compromising positions. That's why I was hurting as bad as I was. So besides, they told me I would have a little cramping in the stomach after having the cerclage placed. But besides being numb from the waist down, couldn't hardly walk for those few days, after that passed, I didn't have any problems with the cerclage. I really almost forgot that I had the cerclage in. And so I went to the doctor that Wednesday, and when they checked me, everything was fine. So I was not on bed rest. And she said I was free to go back to work for a little while, but I could not do the things that I did before the cerclage at work. So I was on light duty. And so I had to go back to her every 2 weeks. And the next 2 weeks that I went to her, everything was still fine. But I went to her a month ago, and she told me that I was funneling a little bit. And what that means is you're dilating on the inside of the stitch. The stitches are still closed, but you're contracting a little bit. It's opening and closing, but the stitch is not coming apart. So she said she wasn't too concerned about that, but I am excited because right now I am 21 weeks, and I never made it past 14 weeks. So I'm 21 weeks. Everything is still holding together wonderfully. I'm still a little nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. I was speaking with my husband, and I'm like, we haven't purchased a thing for the baby. Oh, and we found out what we were having, but I'll tell you that on the next video. But I'm excited. I am out there a good bit. I would do a belly shot, but I'm kind of in the bed, so I will do a belly shot on the next video for you guys, so y'all can see better with the lighting and everything, how everything is going. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the journey. It is, I think, today's date is August the 28th. So, that's where we are right now. We're 21 weeks. And I'm going to try and come and do a video at least every 2 weeks, because I still have my checkups every 2 weeks to check the cerclage to make sure everything is fine with that. So I'm going to try and come, if something happened drastically within a week, I'll come in and I'll tell you what's going on. But symptom wise, I have been having headaches, and I've been having that since I started my second trimester. Headaches has been coming on and off. I'd have at least 4 a week, and they would last a good bit of time, but after I take something, it would go away. And I'm having a lot of pelvic pain. It's not pressure, but it's when I stand, I have a lot of pain there. And sometimes to feel better, I have to wobble. I know it's real early to wobble, but that's the only way I'll feel better. But other than that, No more nausea. I haven't been too tired lately, but I am going to the bathroom like crazy. I am constantly in the bathroom. At night, I'm constantly up going to the bathroom, but that's normal as well. But other than that, I haven't been having any other problems or anything like that. Um, so I'm excited about the journey, like I said, and hopefully I'll be back um, with another video within the next 2 weeks. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask me the questions. I don't have a problem answering them. And don't forget to please rate, subscribe if you like this video. Thank you, and I will see you later.